All right, so make sure you have your journal out ready to go. We're going to be finding composite functions. All right, so what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to pause this video if you're watching it. If you're in my class, you don't have to pause it. But you're going to write down f of x and h of x. That's going to be important. Now, when I say f of x, I'm going to be talking about the blue function right there. And when I talk about h of x, I'm going to be talking about the red function right there. Now, it says write h of f of x as an expression in terms of x. So here's what I'm going to do. What does h of f of x actually mean? It means h of f of x, which basically means we're taking f of x and we are plugging it into h of x. For our purposes, to try to make it as simple as I can, we are going to take the blue function and we are going to plug that guy into the red function. All right, so we're taking blue and plugging it into red. So here we go. So here we go. We got h of f of x. We'll put equals. So you guys see how we have h of x? It's kind of hard to see, but does everybody see the index there? What do we have? It's a cubic root. So what I want you to do is I want you to make a big ol' radical. Make sure you put a 3 in the index. All right, by the way, that number right there is referred to as an index if you're taking notes. All right. And normally it said what? It said x minus 5. But this time I'm not going to put x minus 5. Okay. What am I going to put in the place of x? I'll still put minus 5. I apologize. I'll still put minus 5. What do you guys think? We're going to put what? F of x where? Right in there. What is f of x? 8x cubed plus 5. So I'm going to put 8x cubed plus 5. So I'm going to make it a little bit neater over here. All right. So here's what we have. I'm going to put equals. We have the cubic root of 8x cubed plus 5. Then there's a what? Then there's a minus 5. So what could I do to simplify this, make it a little bit, any like terms that you think we can combine? All right, the 5 and the what? Negative 5. So what are we left with? 8x cubed. Now, some students might be tempted just to type that in to the Khan Academy, okay? But we're not going to just type it in to the Khan Academy because what are we looking for? The cubic root. Now, what I want you guys to understand is 8 can be broken down into what? 2 times 2 times 2. And x cubed means x times x times x. What do cubic roots look for? Groups of what? Groups of 3. So I have a group of 3, and I have another what? Another group of 3. So if I said, what's the cubic root of 8? You would say it's a 2. And what's the cubic root of x cubed? It would be x. So 2x is actually going to be my final answer. All right, so we're going to over here, we're going to type in a 2x and see what happens. Got it right. Sweet. Okay, here's your next question, everybody. Here's your next question. You might want to pause the video if you are doing this at home. But if you're not doing this at home and you're just watching it right now, currently in my live classroom, I want you to make f of x your blue function. Take your time, write it down. We're going to make g of x our red function right there. Okay? And this one says write f of g of x. So I'm going to put f of g of x. So what am I going to be doing? I'm going to be taking the red function and I'm going to be plugging it into the blue function. So now you'll notice I'm going to stay in blue. I'm going to stay in blue. I'm going to put 1 over. I'm going to put an 8, but I'm going to open up a big old fat parentheses right here. And then put plus 3. But what am I going to plug in to x in my blue function? What do you guys think? It's okay, you can talk. It's all right. Yeah, 12 minus, so we're going to put 12 minus a 5 and an x. All right, so we're going to plug the g of x where? Into this guy right there. That's what we're doing. All right, so now that we've done that, what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to take this 8 and we're going to have to distribute it into that bottom expression. So here we go. We'll put equals. We still have 1 over. Now 8 times 12 is 96. And 8 times negative 5 is negative 40, but I got to put an x next to it. And then I have what? Plus 3. So right now, what's the only two terms it looks like I could possibly combine? The 96 and the 3. So what's our final answer going to be? We could say what? 99 minus what? Minus 40x. If you wanted to, you could also write it. If you wanted to put the x's up front, you could put negative 40x plus 99. So I'm going to put 1 over negative 40x plus 99. That's what I'm going to write in here. All right, so right here, I'm going to go ahead and click right here. There is a little place for a fraction, so put 1. And then I said it was what? Negative 40x plus a 99. There we go. Let's go ahead and do one more, and then we'll call this one a day. All right, we'll do one more, and then you guys will have a chance to work on this on your own. This one's a little bit longer. Not necessarily a lot longer, but it is a little bit longer. All right. So we have f of x is in blue. G of x, I'm going to put as red. And then it says write what? G of f of x. So we're going to say what is g of f of x, which means we're taking the blue function and we're plugging it into the red function. All right? So what is that going to equal? Okay, so hopefully you have this written down. We're going to find g of f of x. Now this is going to take a little bit of time here, okay? Because right here it says 3, right? That's what g of x is. And I got to open up a big old parentheses, but what do I got to plug in here? I got to plug in 6x minus 4. And what am I going to have to do to that sucker? I'm going to have to do what? I got to square it. Whew. Then I got to do minus 2. I know this is kind of awkward here, that stupid line right there. 2, what do I got to open up? I got to put another what? 6x minus 4, and I'll clean it up here in just a second. And at the very end, we got to do what? Minus a 10, okay? All right, so what I will try to do is I will move over here where there's nice blank paper right here for us to kind of work through it together, all right? So what does 3 times 6x minus 4 squared actually mean? It means I have to do 3, and I got to do 6x minus 4 times 6x minus 4 minus 2 times 6x minus 4 minus 10. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to do the easy stuff. The easy stuff is just multiply this out, have it ready to go. So what is, if I said what is negative 2 times, and I'm distributing it to both terms right there, times times 6x and negative 4, what is negative 2x times 6x? That's negative 12x. And what is negative 2 times negative 4? Positive 8. Okay? So here we go. 3. Now, everybody, what I'm going to do right here is I'm going to do the FOIL method. Okay? It's not going to take long. 6 times 6 is 36. X times x is x squared. 6x times negative 4 is negative 24x. Negative 4 times 6x is another what? Negative 24x. And a negative 4 times a negative 4 is a positive 16. So if I was going to rewrite it nice and neat, this is what I would write. And hopefully I have not made one tiny little mistake yet. Okay? So what have I done? I've done the FOIL method. We've already talked about that. Everybody at this point in your life, you should know the FOIL method. If you don't, learn it. Okay? Now what do we have to multiply? 3 times all of these numbers. All right? So 3 times 36. I believe that's 108. But go ahead, students. Go ahead and check my math. Go ahead and make sure I got that. All right? If I do 48 times 3, carry the 2, that's 12, 144. So it's going to be minus 144x plus 3 times 16 is 48. Then I got to take away a 12x. And then we have, 8 minus 10, that's what? That's just what? Negative 2. 8 minus 10 is negative 2. So now all we got to do is combine like terms. So what are our terms that are like terms? I got 108x squared, so I have no more x squareds. I've got negative 144x, and I got a negative 12x, and then I have what? 48 minus 2. Whew. So what's our final answer? We're going to put 108x squared. Negative 144x minus 12 more x's. Is that negative 156x? I hope so. And then 48 minus 2 is 46. Wow. What does that right there represent? That represents g of f of x. And what is this considered to be? The what? That's the simplified expression of it. Now, interestingly enough, does this say write it as a simplified expression? Interesting. What if I typed in this? I wonder if it would actually just work just by typing it in without having to simplify it. Well, why would you make a simplified? Because on certain ones, does it say write a simplified expression? If it says write a simplified expression, you got to write this. But on this one, let's go to Desmos real quick just to make sure we did everything. Forget it. We'll just type it in. Yeah. All right. So here we go. Ready? What if I typed in 3, open parentheses, and what am I going to type in? 6x minus 4, and then I got to do what? I got to make it raised to the power of 2, right? And then I put minus 2, open parentheses, and typed in 6x minus 4, not 5, 4. And then over here put a minus 10, like that. Is this what we had before we did all the work? Is that what we wrote right here? It was, wasn't it? So let's see if it will actually accept it. Then we'll find out whether we can do that or not. Holy cow! I just saved you guys some time and energy because now, should you know, by the way, should you know how to what's the word again? Oh, right, simplify. That is the simplified expression. Okay, but you need to know how to do both. All right, y'all have a good day.